The scorching sun beat down on the sprawling scrapyard on the outskirts of New Boston Colony. Twisted metal, discarded machines, and broken ship parts littered the ground like forgotten relics of 1,000 forgotten battles and lost dreams. Most folks steered clear of this place. Too many dangers, too much risk, and too many memories best left buried. But for Liam Cross, a former salvage engineer turned scrap collector, this wasteland was home and opportunity all at once. Liam was tall, lean, and weathered, with soot-smudged skin and eyes that had seen too much space and too many shattered hopes. He lived in a modest cabin cobbled together from old starship panels and scraps he'd scavenged, but his heart had room for more than just junk. He'd built a life on second chances, and today, fate was about to throw him the biggest one yet. The discovery. Liam was sifting through a pile of broken drone parts near the far end of the yard when he heard a faint whimper. He froze, his hands stilling mid-scavenge. The sound wasn't mechanical. It was a soft, pleading noise that echoed oddly against the metal heaps. He followed the noise cautiously, weaving through towering stacks of scrap. As he neared an old cargo container half buried in rust, he spotted movement. There, curled up in the shadow of the container, was a small figure, a girl. She wasn't like anyone Liam had seen before. Her skin was pale blue with faint luminescent patterns swirling across her arms and neck, almost like tribal tattoos made of light. Her large, almond-shaped eyes shimmered with fear and exhaustion. Beside her lay an even stranger sight. An older woman with similarly colored skin but marked by age and pain, clutching a ragged blanket around her frail frame. She was badly hurt, with a deep gash along her arm that looked infected. Liam's heart clenched. "Hey!" he said softly, kneeling down and holding out a hand. "Are you okay? What are you doing here?" The girl looked up, eyes wary but desperate. We have nowhere else to go," she whispered. Her voice was musical, tinged with sadness. "Mother is hurt. We ran away from them." "From who?" Liam asked gently, his mind already racing. Before they could answer, the woman groaned, clutching her arm tighter. Liam realized she needed medical help. Fast. A new home from old junk. Without hesitation, Liam gathered the pair and carried the mother to his cabin. He laid her down carefully and rummaged through his stash for medical supplies. Though he had no formal training as a medic, years among scrap traders and miners had taught him enough to clean wounds and bandage burns. As he tended to the mother's injury, the girl watched him quietly, her eyes flickering with gratitude and something else, hope. Over the next few days, Liam helped the woman heal with makeshift remedies and patience. The junkyard community was wary at first. Aliens didn't often show up this side of the sector, and when they did, it wasn't usually under such tragic circumstances. But Liam refused to let fear or prejudice stand in the way. He began gathering scrap parts from around the yard. Old servos, solar panels, insulation, even a derelict drone shell, and set to work building a proper shelter for the mother and daughter. The project became a labor of love. Liam welded and bolted, fashioned walls and a roof from starship plating, and insulated the interior with compressed foam scraps. He rigged up a solar collector to provide power and jury-rigged a water filtration system from discarded filters and tubing. Slowly, the shelter took shape, bright and cozy amid the twisted metal wilderness. It wasn't much, but it was a home. Past revealed. One night, as the wind howled outside and the neon glow of the junkyard's distant lights flickered, the girl, who introduced herself as Alara, finally opened up. "We come from Zernthal, a planet far beyond the core worlds," she said, her voice trembling but clear. "My mother was a healer, part of the resistance trying to save our people. The Dominion. They hunted us, branded us criminals, and destroyed everything we loved. Liam listened, the weight of her words sinking in. Zernthal was a distant, almost mythical world, a place of vibrant life and ancient technology, now ravaged by war. My mother, she was captured but we escaped. That's why we're here, hiding in this junkyard, hoping to stay alive. Liam's jaw tightened. You're safe here. I won't let anyone hurt you. Days turned into weeks, and the bond between Liam, Ilara, and her mother grew. Liam taught Ilara how to scavenge safely, how to repair broken tech, and she, in turn, shared stories of her world, its beauty, its culture, and the dream of rebuilding what was lost. But peace was fragile. News came through the scrap trader grapevine. Dominion patrols were expanding their reach, searching for fugitive aliens and resistance members. The danger was closing in, defending their sanctuary. One evening, as the stars blinked over the scrapyard, the distant rumble of engines stirred anxiety in the air. Liam spotted a patrol ship landing nearby, a sleek black vessel with flashing red lights. "Hide!" he whispered urgently to Ilara and her mother, ushering them into a secret crawlspace beneath the shelter. 2 Dominion soldiers emerged, scanning the area with harsh, cold eyes. They spoke in clipped tones, demanding to see any unauthorized aliens. Liam's heart pounded, but he held his ground. "What are you doing here, scavenger?" one demanded. "We're looking for fugitives." Liam kept his voice steady. "Just collecting scrap. Nothing more." The soldiers sneered but found no sign of the aliens. After a tense standoff, they left, threatening to return. That night, Liam decided they couldn't just hide. They had to fight for their future, building more than shelter. With renewed determination, Liam expanded the shelter into a small compound, fortified with scrap metal walls and automated turrets scavenged from old security drones. He and Ilara rigged sensors and alarms, turning their junkyard corner into a fortress. They weren't alone. Some of the local scrappers, moved by Liam's courage and Ilara's story, pitched in, donating parts, sharing skills, even standing guard. Ilara grew stronger, learning to pilot a small hover bike Liam had repaired, scouting the area for threats. Her mother, though still weak, used her knowledge of healing herbs from Zernthal to tend to injuries and teach others. A new family. Months passed. The scrapyard, once a place of despair, became a beacon of hope, a haven for others like Ilara and her mother, who'd been cast out or hunted. Liam's home, built from scraps and love, blossomed into a community. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Ilara handed Liam a small device, a communication beacon modified from old tech. "This is a message," she said softly. "From the resistance leaders still hidden on Zundal. They want to meet you. Thank you. And to ask for help." Liam looked at the beacon, then at the faces around him, scarred, hopeful, and alive. He smiled. "Looks like our fight is just beginning." Epilogue: Beyond the junkyard. Years later, Liam's scrap-built compound thrived as a hub of resistance and refuge. Ilara, now a skilled pilot and warrior, led missions to protect the innocent and reclaim their homeworld. Her mother's healing skills saved countless lives. And through it all, Liam never forgot the day he found 2 lost souls in a junkyard and turned scraps into shelter, strangers into family, and hope into a future.